Why would anyone do drugs when they could just mow a lawn?
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now, if you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button. It's 100% free and you could always change your mind later. Now in today's video, I'm going to show you how to do a full service on this Toro 6.5 horsepower guaranteed to start recycler. I'm going to do everything besides a blade sharpening, but I'll show you where to get the blade out at. So without further ado, we're going to start with the carburetor clean and get right into this video. So let's roll that intro. Okay guys, let's get right into this. So without further ado, I'm going to check the gas first. And we do have gas in it. I don't know. It don't smell too good. So, but I always change the gas, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to drain this gas and put some fresh stuff in there. Oh, of course, 8mm on the top for the air filter, which we're going to change. So you just eat that into the trash, pull off the cover. Then we got 1, 2, 3 eighths. So 1, 2, and 3. That's gonna have a air thing. Just pull it off. Came off from the other side. If you want, you can take that off and slap it back on there. It'll make it easier to put back on. And that's weird, the gasket stayed on the carburetor. Normally, it would stay onto this thing right there, like that. So we'll just put that on like that, make it easier to put back on. Now from here, since we're gonna drain the gas, I'm gonna go ahead and crimp it. We're gonna crimp it, and then we'll take off the fuel line and remove the carburetor. And I guess we can remove the top to get more view up in here. So let me go get my crimpers, and then we'll remove this top and crimp this and pull it all off. Okay, so like I said, the first thing we'll do is take our Phillips on the end of our wrench here, and we will unscrew the top. This should just be 2 Phillips bolts, or screws, or whatever you like to call them. There's going to be some clips. This one was not clipped in. Move that aside. Now we can see the full carburetor thing. We got a driver's side there. I don't have my driver's side on me, or my driver's size, so I'm going to have to get that, because we're not going to take that off with the carburetor. We'll just leave that on. Now we can see here that that's pretty nasty up in there. So we will take that off. So first things first, we're going to crimp it with our fuel crimpers. Definitely get a pair of these. They're the best things that ever been created. They're a little pricey though. Then we're going to remove this fuel clamp here, which I probably could have done first. There we go. And now we could just twist it a little bit, break it free, and then pull it off. It'll douche a little gas, not gonna hurt nothing. Now from there, I'm gonna have to go grab my driver's size to get rid of this nut here. Driver's size, ladies and gentlemen. Unscrew this. And just leave it alone. Now from here, you're going to take back your 1/4 inch drive socket. You're going to put an extender on it. It's going to make this job a lot easier. And now you're going to take your handy dandy 10mm, and then right in the back here, there'll be 2 bolts. 1 and 2. Now from here, you're gonna take your carburetor, pull it off, and not gonna mess with nothing up here, nothing around here. Just gonna put a finger right here and slightly and slowly jiggle and twist. Jiggle and twist. Oh, it's leaking gas. Jiggle and twist. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There it is. Looking real nasty. Let's open that up. I've seen a lot worse. Oh boy, it's leaking. So, now we're going to take this over to the ultrasonic cleaner, and I will give this a good cleaning. So we're going to do all that first, make sure it runs, warm it up a little bit, then change the oil and everything else. So, let's go over to the cleaner now and get this done. Okay, here we are at the carburetor dismount station. As you can see, it still has a little gas in there. 13 on the bottom. It's coming right off. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this off, take a peek at it. And it's looking fairly decent. We're going to try to slowly take this gasket off. Don't want to break it. There we go. Once we got that off, we could see the sides. That hole looks plugged with some dirt and debris. Just put it in our basket. Put our little piece to the side there. Now from here, we're going to crack open the float bowl. And you can see our gasket failed. That's fine. We can replace that gasket. And look at all that crud in there. Look, it's actually... Oh, Jesus. So, that's going to go in there upside down so it flows to the bottom. Look, what is this? Like, why is that? He got wood or something in the fuel. Pin, needle, float in the basket. That's pretty much everything we need to do to dismantle the carburetor. If we wanted to, we could push out that emulsion too, but most of the time you don't have to. So that goes in there, ready to go in the cleaner. So when I get back, this should all be set and done. So give me a second and... Okay guys, I got the carburetor all cleaned up, put back together. So now we're just going to reverse the process. So we're going to start by taking this cable here, putting the carburetor on sideways, and then slowly going up. Give it a little wiggle wiggle. And since the last thing we took off was the carburetor, we still have our 10mm on our impact. So just press it up on there. Take these 10mm here. And go ahead and just finger start them. Just to get them up and started. Now once you got them nice and finger started, you take your impact, slowly but surely, you're going to go one side in, not all the way tight yet. Just get it in there a little bit, and then now the other side you're going to go all the way tight. And then come back over here, tighten it up. We're going to put that back in there. I drained the gas. I don't even know why I still have this on here. And if anyone's made it this far in the video, I want to stop and say thank you. And on the screen now, I will have an Amazon gift code. So if you guys made it this far and you have notifications on, there's a gift code. I appreciate you guys. Now let's get back into repairing this. And my biggest struggle is these fuel clamps. One of these days I'm going to get the proper tool to do fuel clamps. Done. Okay. Now from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our choke lever, we're gonna make sure it's right back in the right place, push it down, take our driver, and tighten that bad boy in. You go all the way tight. Just like that. That's for the auto choke. Now we're going to take our cover, slap it back into here, right there, and then put it back up. Now we're going to take our 3 bolts here. And we're going to finger tight them in just a second, just to hold it in place. And that way we don't cross thread them. Because nothing's more fun than finding another screw or something you messed up because you were impatient. Take our impact, slowly, and tighten, come back, tighten, tighten. Now what you do is you take your new brand spanking new air filter here. Gonna open that bad boy up. Link in the description for these. Tighten the air filter housing back up. Bam! We are almost getting there. Well, you know what? I guess now what we'll do is we'll put the cover back up on. Since we're not going to have to worry about that. I just did it to easily show you guys some of the stuff I was working on here. Take our Phillips, plop it on there, in. These ones you can just go tight right away. Now we're going to come here to the front, take our 13/16 spark plug remover, and this is just what we do on a service. We just change the spark plugs, we put a new air filter in. That spark plug was a little wet, nothing bad, but we put our new spark plug in, and this is not the right plug, so let me go get the right plug. Okay, now that I seem to have gotten the right spark plug, it's a little hotter. It's a Champion J8C. It'll work fine for this. Matter of fact, it might work even better. Just a little past hand tight there. Put the boot back on. And we'll get rid of the old spark plug, and now we're gonna see if she fires. So I'm gonna put you guys up on a tripod, put most of my tools away here, and let's fire her up. Okay, handle's a little wobbly, but we're just testing it because I'm gonna restore it again and take it to the customer. Now, I would show you some footage of me cutting grass, but we got one more thing to do on here. It's the oil change. But as you look out into the distance, there's not any grass in my area for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. This customer happens to have a lawn, So let's bounce right into that oil change. Okay, time for the oil change. I can't stress this enough how many people are going to be mad about this, but I put it up on the table, I get a bucket, I take out the dipstick, and now what I do is I tip the mower over to start pouring into the bucket. There is a thing on the bottom of the mower to do this, but you need one of them big old fancy lifts, and this way works just as well. Matter of fact, most people do it this way. It's not going to hurt nothing. Anytime you tip a mower over, you just make sure the air filter side's up, you're fine. Golden like a goose. So we're going to let this drain out. You see how it's nice and flowing? That's because we warmed it up a little bit. Other than that, this thing would have took forever. So let's drain this, put it back in, fire it up again, and make sure she's good. Okay, oil's drained. Now let's put oil back in. For this, we're using fully synthetic AMS oil, small engine oil, 10W30. AMS oil is a really good product. Shout out to my buddy Brian, who's an AMS oil dealer. He hooks me up. So I told him, I use it anyways, might as well give me some, and I'll let people link below if you want some AMS oil. So you're going to start by just pouring some in there. Nice and easy. Take a quick break. About a half a quart. These lawnmowers don't take much oil. We're going to wait just a quick second while we're doing that. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Help me out. If you guys want in, I have a new show, Saturday night small engine talk every Saturday. Feel free to jump on, talk to me, talk to all the amazing guests I'm going to be having, and so on and so forth. So oil cap on, checking the level. Let's do it one more time. And we need just a little more. Got this oil so clear and good on this dipstick, it's going to be hard to even see on camera. Just a little more. Shout out again, Brian, for the AMS oil. I appreciate you. Again, link in the description. And there we go. We're right into full mark. Check it again just to show you. Bam, right there at the full. Now let's fire her up again, let it run through, double check it, and yeah, we'll be good to go. So hold tight, and we'll fire her up. Fires one pole. All that dirt and debris. Thank God we got an air filter. Check the oil one more time. And we're still good. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I appreciate everybody who likes and comments. We got that mower running. That's a full service other than a blade sharpening. Blade sharpening, I don't do. There's no point out here. I don't care to do it. It takes too much time. I'm not going to make enough money. So, how much did I make off this? Well, with the carburetor clean, I made $90. It didn't start. So I said, let's do it. Because the carburetor clean alone would have just been 70 bucks. I said, let's go. Full service, $90. Carburetor clean, $70. Now, if they just needed a service, that would have been $50. But since this one didn't run, we upselled, made some money, got some profit. Shout out to Chris Outdoors for the GoPro idea. Shout out to Brian for AMS oil. And shout out to all you guys who keep me going and doing this. Have a good one, guys. Bye.